Hi friends, I am Jalson Jacob and hearty welcome to my video presentation. So in this video, I'll be sharing with you the different methods by which we can teach collocations in English. The purpose of this video presentation is to familiarize the learners with the right collocations in English. Second one, to enable the learners to use collocations correctly in their daily life conversations. So my video presentation will have 3 stages and a formal assessment. So the 3 stages are the warm-up stage, the presentation stage in which I'll be dealing with a guided activity, and the third one is the practice stage by which the students can learn what they have learned from to practice what they have learned from the guided activity, and the last stage will be the formal assessment wherein I check how effective they have learned collocations. So the first one is the warmer activity. So now the instruction for the warmer activity goes like this. Just listen to this instruction. Dear students, we are now going to listen to a short story. So after listening to the story, you have to write down certain words or word phrases that are wrongly combined. We all know that certain words would go with certain other words. For example, take the word food. You won't say quick food. Instead, you would say only fast food. That means fast goes with food. Okay, quick doesn't go with food. So while listening to the story, in this story also, you may find words or phrases that are wrongly combined. So you have to find out the words which are wrongly combined. So listen to the story and write down those words which are not correctly combined. Okay, agreed? Shall we proceed? Now listen to the story. Maurice went to the nearby town to lend some groceries from a grocery shop. He had to spend hours buying groceries. He did not notice it was getting dark. As he came out of the shop, there was a strong rain. Though he loved to do a bath in the rain, he didn't do it. He didn't have time for that. Back home, he had to make his homework in order to take good grades. So this is the story. And now you have to write down the words which are not correctly combined. Do it. Okay. Now the rationale behind the warmer activity. We give warmer activity with a purpose. Warmer activities in grammar sessions are given to get students' attention and to make students interested in what they are going to learn. So they'll have a kind of language learning opportunity. So here I have given this warmer activity so that the students would find that certain words are wrongly combined. For example, we won't say it is a strong rain, we will say only heavy rain. And we won't say to lend groceries, it is buy grocery. Or we won't say do a bath, we'll have a bath. Okay, so the students will be able to find out some words which are wrongly combined. Even though most of the students might not be able to come up with all the 5 wrongly used words here, some of them would understand, at least they would understand that there are certain ways in which words should be combined, or certain words go with certain other words, and there is a natural juxtaposition in which the words are used. So this is a kind of introductory activity that I have given in order to sensitize the learners that they are going to learn the right combination of words, or in other words we call them collocations. Okay, so that is the warmer activity. Now let me move on to the next activity. As I have told you, it is a guided activity wherein the teacher introduces them to learn collocations in a better way. Yes. So guided activity for teaching collocation. Listen to the instructions carefully. Okay, dear students, we are going to divide ourselves into 4 different groups. So for that, you have to take numbers from 1 to 4. You would count yourself as 1, the next one 2, 3, 4. So all the ones will form group 1. All those who got number 2 will form group 2, and 3 numbers shall form group 3, and the rest will form group 4. Okay, so after forming the group, so I'll be giving you 2 minutes for this group formation. Now count 1, 2, 3 and form 3 and 4, and let us divide ourselves into 4 different groups. Yes, now that we have completed group formation, now listen to this instruction very carefully. Here in our class, we can see that 4 chart papers are placed on the 4 or are pasted on the 4 different walls of the classroom. So all group 1, the members of group 1 will go near chart number 1, and group 2 members will go to chart 2, and those who belong to group 3 will go near chart 3, and group 4 will go and stand near chart 4. So there you can see on the chart at the center there is a word written, okay, and you will also have sticky notes with you. So you have to read that word and write down on your sticky note a word that goes along with that word. For example, if you see a word like, suppose there is a word keep on the chart paper. So what do you have to do? If you think that a diary, keep a diary. So there is a word keep there. So if you think that diary would go along with the word, you have to write a diary and paste it and stick it near to the word keep. One of your friends might think that promise would go with that word keep. So you can write promise on the sticky note and you can stick it near keep. So whatever words that you think are right, you can write it on the sticky note and you can place it, or you can keep it, you can stick it near to the word that is written at the center. Agreed? So after that, group 1 will move on to the second chart. So group 2 will move on to the third chart. So we'll rotate clockwise. Got it? Yes. So since we know the group, now group 1, you read what is written on the chart, and on your sticky notes you write a word that goes along with the word that is written on the chart and stick your sticky notes near to that word. Do it. 3 minutes for doing that. Yes. So you can see 4 different verbs on 4 chart papers. On the first chart you can see have, the second chart you can see take, and the third chart you might have come across come, and the fourth chart you might have read break, and you have written some words that go along with these words. Okay. So that is the first round of the activity. In the second round, I'll be giving you 4 dictionaries, 1 dictionary to each group. So you have to go there and you have to read the entire words written on the or pasted on the chart paper. So you will open the dictionary. All the group members will open the dictionary, and you will ascertain whether the words that are written there are correct or not with the help of the dictionary. The word is not correct, you might you might strike it. Okay, and you write down 5 words, 5 phrases that are right. For example, keep a diary is correct, so you might write down in your notebook keep a diary. Keep a promise is correct. So you will write down keep a promise. Or keep quiet is correct. So you might write down keep quiet. That means the simple way is you have to open the dictionary. You have to verify whether the words are right or not. And you would take down any 5 words in your notebook which you think are right with the help of the dictionary. So after that, group 1 will go to group 2 as we have done in the earlier exercise. We will group 1 will go to group 2, group 2 will go to group 3, group 3 will go to group 4. So we'll rotate, and at the end your notebook should have at least 20 word phrases which you think are correct. So that is the second round of activity. So now let's move on. Group 1, you go to chart 1. Verify whether your friends have written the correct collocations, and you will verify with the help of the dictionary, and you will then move on to group 2. You'll correct it. Group 3, group 4, all the groups will go to all charts and verify whether your friends have written the correct thing with the help of the dictionary. Got it? Yes. So the rationale behind giving this activity. This is a kinesthetic activity. That means that the students can move around in the class. So that is a fun-filled activity. So the students at first, they might not know that whether they are writing the right word or not. But in the second round, when they get the dictionary, it will get them a chance to verify what they have written. So they will study some words, some correct collocations in English. And this is a guided activity that I would give for teaching collocations. And moving on to the next stage, that is the practice stage. In the practice stage, I'll be asking them to write 5 sentences with any of the 5 words that they have in their notebook. For example, if they have written take a break, they can write. I'm just giving you an example. I was working from morning till evening, so I have to take a break. Okay, so each member, that's an individual task. Each member of the group, now that they have 20 or 25 different words in their notebook, they'll select any 5 words and write down a sentence with the help of that word, Okay, so that is a practice activity. And now let me move on to the formal assessment. The formal assessment here I have given as a dialogue construction, and they have to construct a dialogue between between their friend based on any of the context that is familiar for them. So the only thing is that the dialogue should have at least 6 exchanges, and the dialogue should have at least 6 collocations that they have studied just now. Okay, so I'll be giving them the grading indicators also. I'll tell them on what on what basis they shall be graded. So they shall be graded on the logical sequencing of ideas and the right collocations that they have used and the quality of language used. So their language should be error free. They should have some collocations that they have studied, at least 6 collocations that they have studied, and there should be a logical progressing of ideas. So this is the formal assessment. Formal assessment is given for checking how effective the students have learned the collocations. And here it is an open-ended question. You have noticed that dialogue construction is an open-ended question because most of the students might have their own dialogues. But in a way, we are checking whether they have learned the right collocations and whether they can use quality language. Okay, so the materials to be used here for this session: first one, chart paper; second one, pen; third one, sticky notes; fourth one, dictionaries. Yes, so these are the materials that they have to use. I hope you have understood how to teach collocations. Have a nice day. Thank you.